It's time to look at capital letters and punctuation. The main question though is, what kind of things are we supposed to capitalize? There's three main things you need to capitalize. Number one, you gotta capitalize the beginning of a sentence and just the first word. Second thing you gotta capitalize are names of people, cities, countries, anything that has a name attached to it, you need to capitalize. And the letter I when referring to somebody. So instead of saying when I went to school, that would be wrong. What you need to say is when I went to school. So here what I've got really is a sentence, and it's got some problems in it because it's kind of confusing. And listen to this. If I read this sentence without any periods, without any capitals, I don't know where to stop, because periods tell us where to stop, and without them we don't know where to stop. So let's read this without periods. It says, flowers grow in the garden by the... Oh, hold on. I kind of paused there, kind of like a comma. Let me do that again. Flowers grow in the garden by the side of the house. There is a huge tree. Now, did this person who wrote this, which is me really, did this person really mean to say flowers grow in the garden? Period. End the thought there. Because look, that is a complete sentence. Flowers grow in the garden. Remember, complete sentence has two parts. A subject and a predicate. What's a predicate? A predicate is whenever you describe what you're talking about. What are we talking about? That would be the subject. The flowers. We're talking about flowers. What about the flowers? They grow in the garden. You see how that works? The subject's the flowers. The predicate is growing in the garden. So it is a complete sentence. Did the person who wrote this mean flowers grow in the garden? By the side of the house, there's a huge tree. Or did this person mean flowers grow in the garden by the side of the house? So now what I'm saying is that the garden is beside the house. You see that? Flowers grow in the garden by the side of the house. So imagine a garden that's by the side of the house. And then there is a huge tree. Okay, so we got two different sentences here. Which one do you like the best? Which one makes more sense to you? Flowers grow in the garden. By the side of the house, there's a huge tree. So here we're saying that by the side of the house, there's a huge tree. I kind of like this one a little bit better. I'm going to leave it like this. Neither one is really wrong. It's really a personal preference in this case. And I prefer this one. And there's one more thing we got to correct. Capital. So it means we got to move the period now. Got to start this sentence with a capital because period comes before capital. By the side of the house, there is a huge tree. I think it looks good now. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to rewrite that sentence underneath here on your paper. Here's another one. The whale jumped out of the water while wearing a pink hat. The woman was smiling. Very, very confusing. Did this author want to say the whale jumped out of the water while wearing a pink hat? The woman was smiling. Talking about two different things here. The whale jumped out of the water. That's number one. While wearing a pink hat, the woman was smiling. Or did this person want to say the whale jumped out of the water while wearing a pink hat? That would be kind of goofy, wouldn't it? The whale jumped out of the water while wearing a pink hat. Imagine that. And then the second sentence being, the woman was smiling. Which one makes more sense to you? I don't think whales wear pink hats, so I'm going to say the period goes right there. Now we got to fix the rest up. We got to put a capital. Let's do that. The whale jumped out of the water, period. We're going to start this next part here with a capital. While wearing a pink hat, the woman was smiling. So she was smiling while wearing a pink hat, essentially, is what it's saying. Okay, you write your favorite one. You could put the period here if you want while wearing a pink hat. You can make the whale wear the pink hat if you'd like. But I'm going to do this. All right, so you're going to write it in the blank below. Here's another one. The dog peed in the pool around the corner. The man watered the flowers. What does that mean? Where do these periods go? What did this person try to tell us here? Is this person trying to tell us that the dog peed in the pool, period, Around the corner, the man watered the flowers. Period. So here, the second sentence is telling us that there was a man who was around the corner and he's watering the flowers. But if I put the period right here, like that, it's telling us that the dog peed in the pool. Dogs pee in the pool all the time. Come on. The dog peed in the pool around the corner. It's telling us that the pool is around the corner. And then the second sentence saying, hey, the man watered the flowers. Which one do you like best? Do you like the pool being around the corner? I think, sure, let's put that here. I'm going to do this. The dog peed in the pool around the corner. Like that. Let's put that here. Around the corner. And then we're going to start our next sentence with a capital. The man watered the flowers. If you wanted to, you could have done this. You could have put the dog peed in the pool and put the period right here and then started around with a capital and then kept on going. Whatever you like, write it in the space below. Oh, wait, we've got something here. No, we didn't. We fixed it. Okay, baby monkeys. I love monkeys. Baby monkeys are fuzzy and soft under the house the mouse sat waiting. So, let's see here. Let's put a capital here. Baby monkeys. It's the start of a sentence. What's going on here? Oh, yeah, monkeys. Baby monkeys. I can't spell monkeys. Can you believe that? Baby monkeys are fuzzy and soft. That's a complete thought. Baby monkeys are fuzzy and soft. It's got a subject. Hey, what's the subject? The monkeys. What's the predicate? That they're fuzzy and soft. And then we start the next one with a capital. Under the house, the mouse sat waiting. Done. Or we could have said, baby monkeys are fuzzy and soft under the house. Could have done this. Baby monkeys are fuzzy and soft under the house. Yeah, I guess it's possible. I guess the monkeys that sit under the house are fuzzy and soft. And then we could have started our next sentence with, the mouse sat waiting. That would be a complete thought. We're talking about the mouse. That's the subject. What's the mouse doing? The predicate? Sitting and waiting. Either is fine. And one more. Hockey players trained very hard during the winter season. Mary was very cold. Pop in a capital here. Let me just see one thing. Make sure I got all my capitals. Monkeys are fuzzy and soft under the house. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Hockey players trained very hard during the winter season. And then we could say, oh, look, somebody's name. Always capitalize people's names. Mary was very cold. Mary's cold. That's a complete thought. The subject, Mary. The predicate, that she's very cold. First sentence, what's the subject in the first sentence? What are we talking about? We're talking about hockey players. What about them? They train very hard during the winter season. Or we could say, hockey players train very hard. That's still a complete sentence. Hockey players train very hard. The subject's the hockey players. The predicate is that they train hard. The second sentence would have to be, during the winter season. You see how this is flowing together. During the winter season, Mary was very cold. That also makes sense. They're both fine. It doesn't really matter. But you write your favorite one. Or hey, write them both if you'd like.